call this meeting to order. Mal Gibson here. Mal Gibson from the First Baptist Church here.
Yeah, he's not here yet. Matt's talking to him over here in the corner. Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's pray. Father in heaven, I thank you for these leaders and their willingness to serve our community. Give them your wisdom and insight as they make decisions. Give them a unity of spirit. Give them a fresh and bold vision for our future. Father, we want to thank you for your many blessings, and we want to thank you for seeing us through some very difficult days. We put our faith in you, God, as we work together for a better tomorrow. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Please join us for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everyone. We'll start today's meeting with approval of the minutes of our last meeting.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the March 16 regular meeting. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, James. Okay, first thing on our agenda today is bid opening for the 2021 mowing contract for mowing of the pioneer cemeteries in the county. So, got a blank contract here. Either one of you guys allowed to carry a knife?
Only with broken blades.
Well, I've got one. I was going to let one of you guys open it up. See there.
You can tell they won't let me have a sharp one either.
Okay, we have a mowing bid here submitted by Jay McAtee, 7593 South Sains Road, for a total of $19,000 for the year 2021. Jane, is there any other bids? Okay, that's the only bid we received. Under these circumstances, Amy Brumfield is here. She chairs the cemetery commission. Amy, since we only have one bid, is there any need for you to review this one?
No.
Would you like to see it before we act on it? To make a recommendation or anything?
I will look it up. Thank you.
You take a look at that, and when you're ready, we'll take a break from whatever we're doing further on the agenda and make a decision on whether to approve or not on your recommendation. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, department reports. Area Plan Director Bill McDaniel.
Just requesting, there's the copy of the contract for Bill Crawford to cover the inspections while I'm gone, anytime I'm gone this year. Last year, Gary Naylor requested just before the time I was going to be gone on that vacation. But as this is earlier in the year, and I'm hoping to also take a comparable trip around the first part of October, because the conditions, everything else is the same as last year with Mr. Crawford, as far as the number of hours, the rate of pay, the reimbursement. And I want to emphasize is just like, once again, as Mr. Crawford demonstrated, he only puts in the time that he really needs to put in. So he's very conscientious about doing what he needs to do and finishing, and then logging out.
I might mention, he's been to all them schools too.
Yep.
Get
Yeah,
approved
he's
and
my
all
first
that stuff.
building inspector I was allowed to hire. So he's familiar with it. He's familiar with everything. He's familiar with the processes, and he's familiar with most of the contractors. A few others since Bill worked for me.
How many years has he done this for you?
Well, the first year Bill did this for me was when I blew my knee out, when I had my ladder accident. The second time he did that was when I had was my hernia. And I think last year was the second time. And next time after that was the vacation I took in 2018, the 2 weeks I took in the southwest Utah. And then there's nothing in 2019, of course. That went out of the window because of my father's death. Then last year was the next time, back in end of August, first part of September. He did that when I went back out to the Grand Canyon for last year. And this year he's going to do it for the first time. I'm only taking off for a week this time. So I'm going to try to squeeze in instead of one trip like that. I'm going to try to squeeze in, schedule 2 trips like that instead of just one.
Sounds like at least about 6 years, 6 times. Then.
Yeah, he's done it multiple times.
Okay.
He's always been like I said, he's always been very conscientious. Because even through this, he's viewing it also through the prism as a taxpayer. He wouldn't want someone else to take advantage of it, and he doesn't take advantage of it.
Okay. Well,
And Mark, of course, has known Bill for a real long time also.
I'll move to approve the contract for Bill Crawford.
okay, we have a motion by Mark, second by Dale, to approve the contract with Bill Crawford to be paid at a rate of $25 per hour for a maximum of 25 hours in a week during times that Bill McDaniel is on vacation and out of the office. Is there any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
And Jane, what I'll do is then when those are signed, I'll contact Mr. Crawford so we can come in and also sign the contract. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maintenance Department. Bill Gray.
I have control problems everywhere. I think you've been aware of the control problems here. The jail, I have no control whatsoever over none of the equipment. All the controls are gone.
That doesn't sound good, that
It
the
doesn't-
jail is
it
out of
isn't good.
control.
It isn't good.
Okay.
But the controls here, you guys remember we just had a motor put in.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a $5,296.54 motor.
How much?
$5,296.54. Now, this motor's been running at 100% ever since it was put in because I can't control it. I can't slow it down. So it has to be, these controls have to be fixed. I got a bid from Johnson Controls to replace this controller. Now, this controller, you gotta understand it, it controls the whole air handling system on the second floor. And it's a great big box on the side of the air handler. Okay. Johnson Controls bid was $9,454 to replace those controls. Replace the box. North Mechanical's bid was $5,977. This is apples to apples because I made sure of it. And that has to be, that's what's got our controls messed up. Part of it, I've got some VAV boxes, which is nothing at this caliber will take to fix, but I've got to get the controls right and where I can operate them before I can find out what boxes are bad.
Now, that last bid was by who?
The last bid was North Mechanical.
North Mechanical?
And then the controls on the jail, I'm waiting on bids, so I can't get them to you yet. I'm waiting on Johnson's bid and I'm waiting on North Mechanical's bid to redo those controls over there. Because those controls over there are a lot older than these. So it's going to be more money.
I'll move to approve the bid from North Mechanical for the air controls.
Yeah, we have a motion by Mark, second by Dale to accept the bid from North Mechanical on the courthouse control panel for the air conditioning and heating system.
I just need a signature on this. So I can get it to them.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, 3 ayes. We'll sign this right now. You only need one signature on this?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll sign.
That, all that wear and tear on that motor, is that gonna make that worse, just by running wild?
As long as we get it fixed right away, we'll be okay. I mean, I can't slow it down. But at this time of the year, it's usually running 100% anyway. But it can't run 100% once it gets hot outside.
Oh, yeah, burn it up.
So,
You don't see these like
The control panels at the jail,
now those are all Metafis controls, Johnson controls. So we're looking into trying to get away from that, because they got us locked in.
if I recall, that stuff was installed back around 2011, 2012 at the latest.
Yeah, about 2011, I think.
We spent a total of $1 million. on that.
That's when the boilers went in, the new boilers.
Okay,
And that's when they went up to, they changed all the controls except the pneumatic controls. They left those the same. Why, I don't know.
okay.
So as soon as I get some numbers from them.
So does all of them need change, even the pneumatic ones?
No, the pneumatic ones won't. But all the main controls will have to be changed. All of them. Because the AE box is gone, it's completely shot. That's why I can't even get access to it. I have to manually go over and try to set something if I get somebody complaining. But if it gets hot outside, you're gonna have everybody complaining. So,
Well, the situation here in the courthouse, do you have any control at all over the heating and air right now?
just I got control over the first floor and part of the second floor. That part of the second floor I have no control over. This part I do. This has to be taken care of right away, because once we start getting into, like this week when it starts getting in the 70s and staying there, it's really gonna get hot, especially with courts going on.
Yeah.
Get a lot of people in there. I don't know what the lead time is with this. I'm gonna get on the phone right away and try to get it going.
Yeah, if I've looked at all that stuff up there. If I understand it right, then your control panel will not talk to the computer, or the computer is not able to talk to the panel.
Exactly.
And,
And you can't control it.
yeah,
I mean, you can't shut the dampers down. You can't control the airflow. There's no control at all without that.
yeah. Did this happen all of a sudden, or has it been?
No, it's happened all of a sudden. It just went out. When we lost that motor,
Yeah,
we lost that at the same time.
okay. Are you having better luck with North Mechanical than you
Absolutely.
are?
Absolutely. I mean, it's unbelievable, the prices that I see them coming in with. And like I said, when they come in with this bid, I checked apples to apples to make sure that they were gonna do everything that Johnson was gonna do. And it's apples to apples. When they put this in, it's gonna be, everything's gonna be new. All the controls in there will be new. There won't be nothing secondhand or nothing left wired around. It's all gonna be new. It'll be
Okay.
like starting over. especially with this new motor in there. But we got another one sitting right next to it that is the same age, so
Yeah, and it could go anytime.
I'm hoping not. I mean, you can't, this is something you can't predict. You can't, there's no preventive maintenance on controls.
Okay. Do you have any more bad news today?
I think that's probably enough until I come back again with the quotes for the jail. That's going to be staggering.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Bill. for
I'll try my best not to bring you no more other than that.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Thank
I'll get
you.
you a copy of this.
Is there anyone here from the extension office?
Yep.
Are you Stephanie?
Yes. So my name is Stephanie Ruff, and I'm the office manager in the extension office. I have some, we think it's exciting news, but so in 2019 we had 389 enrollments. 2020 we had 387. 2021 Heather came to the meeting and or in February or whatever. She came and the number was 366, and since then we've had 47 more enrollments, making it 413. So that's really exciting considering there was free enrollment this year and COVID, how that affected all of the kids and participation and all that, and it's up this year. So that's really great. Rhonda and which is our HHS educator, and then Heather, which is our A&R educator. They've been out in the community working with kids, and Rhonda's been doing an art club with the Whitewater Valley Arts Association, rug hooking, stained glass, wood carving, that kind of stuff. Just kind of engaging the kids, getting them out and something to do after school. There's a history club held at the Fayette County Historical Society, so that's very exciting. And she's been working with TV3 for the Extension Kitchen with nutritional educational recipes. For A&R, we've got Annie's project that just was completed, which is a women in agriculture program. It's 6 weeks long. And Heather's also been out in the homeschool co-ops with an introduction to electricity course. So moving forward, we're just working on 4-H programming, 4-H camp, and then other programming including mini day camp, which is for kindergarten through 2nd grade. Becky, Kelly, and Carrie. So Becky is our nutrition wellness coordinator, and then Kelly and Carrie are nutrition educational programming advisors. They're working on nutrition and educational classes with youth and adults in the community. And they're working with local organizations in collaboration for food drives and that kind of thing. So lots of things happening, super busy downstairs. So, did you want me to move into the farmer's market, or do you want me to come back for that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll switch hats. So for the farmer's market, I've been helping Becky out last year and this year. And we've been doing that successfully down in the parking lot. We're still in the works to find a permanent location, but we have some ideas and hopefully they'll follow through. So we're looking at potentially starting May 15th through October. And we have to have a board meeting for the farmers market to determine that officially, but that's kind of what we're looking at. We're hoping to find more local farmers to build the agriculture in Fayette County and bring people to the market as a way, driving around the back roads and stuff last year. I saw a lot of just wilting gardens that still had tomatoes and things they could have brought to the market to sell, and we just are trying to get word out that they can do that and bring it to the market. They don't have to have special permissions from the state or any of that. You can just bring your goods and let us know 2 weeks in advance and fill out an application. We're looking at potentially on Thursdays doing the 2nd and 4th of the month, having food trucks to try and bring a larger demographic, which would include younger generations out to the market, and promoting healthy living and agriculture and that kind of thing. And our SNAP benefits, again, will be doubled thanks to a grant from Reed. So that's very exciting. However, I would like to ask permission to use the courthouse parking lot again. I know that some of that is city and some of that is county, so we're gonna be asking both entities, but I just wanna make sure that that's okay. I don't see any reason we'd need to use the lawn for anything, and if I did, I would come again and ask special permission for that. But we're hoping to be either along the handicap parking and all the way to the statue is kind of where we're thinking of setting up again this year, so.
As far as we're concerned, you can use it all.
Okay.
Is that it, Stephanie?
Yes, that is all I have for you. I just needed, permission to use the parking lot, so
Okay, well,
if that's fine with you, that's fine with me.
We can certainly give you permission to use the part of it that the county owns.
You can use the cities, we don't care.
Oh, okay. Noted. I'll make sure they know that you did that, that you gave me permission.
Either one of you guys want to make a motion to that?
I'll make a motion.
A motion by Mark, second by Dale, to let the county extension office use the portion of the parking lots outside that the county owns for the farmer's market, beginning May
15th, hopefully.
May 15 through October. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes.
All
There
right.
you go.
Thank you very much.
If there's anything we can do to make it any easier for you, you just let us know.
You could run the market for me. That would be.
Well,
I'm just kidding. All right. Thank you so much.
well, thank you.
Thank you.
We have a 144 request from the auditor's office.
Should have to go to the podium.
No.
I don't know if we want to take this seriously or not. Jane, is there anything you'd like to tell us about this?
No, just that I would like to hire Riley Davidson. She's still a senior in high school right now, so she would be kind of like interning. And she's going to come from 11 to 2 each day until school is out, kind of to cover the lunch hours. Because with Jill Yarian's retirement yesterday, we're going to be one man short in my office.
Okay.
I'll move to approve the 144 for the auditor's department.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the 144 request for the auditor's office for Riley Davison. Any further questions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. There you go. Is there anybody here from the health department today?
Yes.
Matt Shirk,
Yes, sir.
going to give us an update on the health department
All right.
matters.
We have been given vaccines Tuesday through Friday. We have been doing great with it. We're doing, appointments are available for anybody who wants to get a vaccine. Saturday, we're actually going to do a clinic this Saturday. The state has pushed for every county health department in the state to have a vaccine clinic on the weekend so that people that can't get out during the week can get in and get vaccinated. So we're going to have a vaccine clinic Saturday from 9 to 12:30. So definitely anybody wants to get signed up, they should open the portal up today or tomorrow where you can sign up online at rshot.in.gov, the same place we've been signing up. So we're all happy with the fact that we have spots available. We have plenty of the Moderna vaccine, and we're available for 18 and up. So we are still available there. Our numbers for the county as far as positives trend low on the low side. So we're seeing from 1 to 3 per day. Typically 1. I think last week we had 1 positive per day as an average. So that's great that we're seeing low numbers. As you're aware, the governor's mask mandate does end today. I spoke with Dr. White on his recommendations to the commissioners, and he's recommending that We continue to recommend that people wear a mask when unable to social distance or indoors. He also wants to see employees in restaurants and stores, we're going to recommend that they continue to wear masks. We still encourage frequent hand washing and definitely not coming to work when you're sick, and to get vaccinated as soon as possible. But it didn't fall short from feeling like we needed to mandate to people that they still need to wear masks. So did want to give those recommendations to you from Dr. White for your consideration. One other item I did have that I didn't have on agenda though is a 144. With our clinics, we're continuing to staff with part-time people. So this would be another nurse, just to work a few hours just to work a few hours for our clinics so that our other part-time nurses don't work. So basically, we're not putting any more staff in place as far as hours per week, just letting some of the people that we drug in and volunteered to have some more time off. So Lori also works out of town, but she's got a couple days a week that she said she could help at our clinics. So
Okay, well, we'll get to this in just a minute.
okay.
Now, as far as Dr. White's recommendation on masking, is there anything that we can or should do on that? Just endorse his recommendation?
It's up to you guys. If you would want to put further restrictions in the county, it would be up to you guys to put those restrictions in place. Dr. White isn't asking for further restrictions. We're just asking people to use common sense. So, if you use common sense, take your precautions. Don't go out when sick. Hand wash, and that'll definitely be a positive. We do have concerns. Some areas of Michigan right now seeing a little bit of a spike in numbers. So there's a lot of talk about that. My personal opinion, this is not factual, is that, because they were so much more locked down, they're going through that wave that we went through not too long ago. So they might be just behind us, but that's just my personal opinion. We could come out with another wave too. So I don't have a factual reason on that, but we are seeing a lot of positives now from the vaccines that we have been giving. So.
What do you guys think?
I think people can decide for themselves what they want to do.
Yeah, they're going to. We can let Dr. White make his statement, or we can endorse it or not, or do nothing.
The governor's mandate does still require us in our clinics to wear masks. So we will still be wearing masks at our shop clinics, and we ask people to come in to the clinics to continue to wear masks. The mask requires anybody on state properties to wear masks still. So if you're on a state park or a state government building or anything like that, there's still a mask ordinance. So it doesn't completely go away, it just removes a lot of the requirements. So there still are some requirements from the state as far as masking.
Yeah. Well, the governor's executive order expires today on masking. And I noticed today on the Indianapolis TV stations that the Indiana Department of Health is already running ads on TV recommending everyone wear masks. So they're recommending you wear a mask, and the governor said...
Well, he's still recommending, like I said, that
Yeah.
common sense approach. Wear a mask when you should.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we're the same way. Wear a mask when you're unable to social distance or indoors.
Okay, you guys want to leave it at that then?
Yeah.
All right. Well, he has a 144 here for a public health nurse, Lori McFarland.
This would be part-time, paid for the grant, but from the grant, same as the others. So it wouldn't be wouldn't be a change of any funds or anything like that. It'd just be, like I said, giving a break to some of our nurses that are doing so well for us. So
I'll move to approve 144 for Lori McFarland.
Second.
We have a motion by Mark, second by Dale, to approve the 144 request for the health department to hire a part-time public health nurse, Lori McFarland, at a rate of $21.90 per hour. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane.
All right, but definitely want to let everybody know that we have vaccine available. And if you have trouble registering online, call us. We'll help. We might have to call you back if we're unable to do it at the time, or we'll help anybody get scheduled. And like I said, we're hoping to get a lot this weekend as well. It's statewide. They're really hoping to get numbers up.
So your first Saturday clinic will be Saturday of this week, and very possibly you'll do this again, do you think?
Yeah, we're looking at adding some more evening hours and stuff like that available too. So we're not really going to increase our hours. We're just going to move it around so that people have other opportunities.
Okay,
All right. So,
all right.
thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Highway Department, Jay Havlin, have you got anything you want to bring up today?
Yeah, I got a couple things. I've got the names of the 4 people I want to bring in for part-time. You want to look at the applications?
Yeah.
That's the names of them right there.
Okay. That's all I know.
I
I'll
figured-
do it.
I figure I went with 4 because I got the one guy that's off.
Yeah.
And I've got money left in his pay line item that I could use for part-time. I can move somebody up to take his spot, and I've got 2 guys there that's got CDL, so they can take whoever moves up spot for right now.
What, do you need a 144 for that?
Yes, I didn't have one filled out, but I can get it filled out for the council tonight.
I'll move the 144 for part-timers for the highway.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the 144 request to hire 4 part-time employees for the highway department
You need
in the
to
summer.
read their names off.
For Chuck Orshell, Robert Glover, Zach Price, and Nevin Huber. Any further questions?
Nope.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. Have any of those guys worked for us before, Jay?
Chuck has. Chuck's retired from down there.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
You must have been awful good to make him come back.
He's good help. I told him no way he'd come back, make sure his health was all right, because he had a problem last year.
Oh, yeah?
He checked out good.
You want us to keep these, or?
No, I need them. They got the
Okay.
phone numbers on them,
All
so I
right.
can call them. We've been putting cans in, trying to catch up on some of the can work. We put the big one in up on 250 West. We worked on that stone arch. I've got a couple down on one over on by Morris Road over there. I think it's in your area, I think, Dale. Right off 400.
On Morris Road?
Yeah. I can't, you know where the guy's got all the trucks that lives right before you turn on the Morris Road?
Oh, okay,
Right, there's a big camp by his is undermining and going out for some reason. That either take it out or do something. It's a 4-footer, I think, or maybe a little larger, I'm not sure. But while we got that Kubota down here later, letting us dry out, we'll go out and tackle it too.
Is that out there at Dwayne Vest's?
I think it is.
Okay. It's where you broke your ankle in it.
Yeah, I ain't going out there.
Yeah.
I definitely won't be climbing no banks out there. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
We we might go out and, you got the one scheduled to be done on Garrison Creek
Yeah, June,
in June?
yeah, we'll have those schools out.
So will it be a problem if we get it before he gets there?
I don't know. I've got other ones for him to do, so.
Because I think that's on the chip seal list, I think out there, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, if you want to do it. I've got other ones, I mean, move them into.
Okay. But we're doing sweeping, but we put the new bristles on the broom for picking it up when it's on the backhoe, and we blow the motor off, or broke the shaft right off the end of it. So now we're waiting on a motor for it. Always one thing or another.
Yeah.
But as far as that, we're getting everything else lined out. We're still waiting on the company to come back down on the distributor truck. They did all the hookup and adjusting on the back, and then they found out they had to replace the switches on the front because we're making it so much larger, they won't carry the load for the power to go back there to switch everything off and on. It kicks the circuits out when you do it. So we're waiting on him to come back for that. We'll be ready, but when it warms up enough, we can do it.
Well, you think we'll have that thing ready to go by next month?
Oh, we'll have it ready to go by middle of this month, I hope.
Okay.
So that's the plan anyway. As soon as it stays a fairly good temperature and don't rain on us, we can use it. And I'd rather use it first so we don't have any problems like we did last year.
Okay. Got anything else?
Not that I can think of.
All right. I got a call from Swain Horry yesterday. Did you talk to him?
Yeah, he talked to me, and I told him I was looking at a grinder for trying to find something to do the grinding ourselves. When he asked me about it, I said, well, all you can do is call and ask him. I don't know. But I know we wanted to go ahead and do the speed bumps out there on
Ziegler.
the bypass, Ziegler, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I hadn't even had a chance to talk to Mark or Dale about it, but the local guy he's renting a piece of equipment that does asphalt milling. And when I talked to him yesterday afternoon, he said that he would have the machine Thursday of this week, didn't he? Wasn't that right, Jay?
yeah, I think that's what he said, because he asked me how strong one he had to have to run one of their milling machines. And I said, you gotta have a high flow machine to do it or you'll burn it up. Because it's gotta have all kinds of pressure.
Well, he said he would be willing to mill those rumble strips into Ziegler Road where we've tried to glue down things. Said he would be willing to do that for us while he has that machine, and what we would pay him would help him pay the rental on the machine that, you know. And I suggested he talk to you about it, and evidently he did. But I told him that I'm sure that the state has specifications on how those things should and should not be done. And he thought that he could do the job for $800 or $1,000. So, you know, I'm not in charge of running your department, you are. So
That's the way I feel about it. If he tears that machine up, I don't want to be responsible for it.
well,
You know, so it's up to Jay what he wants to do.
yeah, I don't,
We don't want to mess your roads up.
If it works out, when I'm talking to this guy about the Bobcat, about the
Yeah.
tracker, he was pricing a Bobcat with a milling machine on it. But he was checking it out because he had to find out what he could get. He was talking about a new one. I told him I can't afford a new one.
No.
But he said if you go into an old one, then you take a chance on the hydraulics not being strong enough anymore to do it. So I'm going to wait till he comes back. He's on vacation right now. Then I'll talk to him. But if he can get me something to do it with, or I can take it out of what I got, or maybe set it up, you know, like I said, to go two payments. I've got a guy from the state that's done it, so The last guy we hired worked for state. When we fixed that arch bridge out there, he came up with the idea of how to stop so we could cement around them head walls. He came up with something I never thought of doing.
Yeah,
I said it's up to you what you want to do.
well. But in the meantime, do you want to consider using this local entrepreneur on this Ziegler Road job this Thursday?
Oh, he's wanting to do it Thursday?
He told me he would have the machine Thursday, but he didn't say for how many days he would have it.
I'm wondering if he knows what he's doing on it.
I don't know. It's at least worth a discussion.
Yeah, I'll get a hold of him, because some of the guys down there know him down at work too, so.
Well, I can give you his phone number, but he's, rather than buy some more of those glue down strips.
Yeah,
That's the only way we're gonna make those things permanent. But I don't know what the specifications are on them. I think they're supposed to be no more than 1 inch deep, the grooves. And I
yeah,
know
they're
they have
not,
to be,
you don't want them real deep,
they have to be so many inches apart,
yeah.
and that's, so you guys would have to,
I think, I've got a traffic book down there, all in the office, I think it tells you how they gotta be spaced out and everything.
yeah.
Because it shows everything in that book, it's about that thick.
Well, here's an opportunity.
Okay, I'll get a hold of him and talk to him about it.
Okay, but now the commissioners have made a commitment to rumble strip that approach to that.
Oh, we hadn't forgot about it, that's why I was working on trying to get a piece of machinery to do it the right way.
Yeah. Okay. We talk to him, see what
Okay.
it turns into.
Anything else?
I haven't noticed many potholes yet.
You haven't noticed many?
I've been down some roads they've been down already.
You're traveling the wrong road.
I guess so.
They're out there, believe me.
Travel a few more roads.
Yeah,
They're out there.
the roads I've been on recently has been pretty good, so, okay,
Well, they'll get on top of them too.
yeah. All right. That all you need, Jay?
Yeah, that's it, that'll do for right now.
Well, thank you, Jay.
Thanks for coming in. Bill, do you have anything for
One
us?
thing for you to sign, Dale. What it is, it's on the right of way, so they get started on Bridge 90. It's just a contract with scope of work, any appraisal problems or estimate sheet, fees and estimate sheet. There's a whole big contract, I'll email it to you, and all you need to do is sign the date down the bottom. It's for the, so they can get started on the right of way
Do
for
we
Bridge
need-
90.
We need a motion for that.
Yeah, probably should.
I'll move and make Bill sign it.
Okay. This is,
There's a whole contract, I'll email the contract, he's got it yesterday, that's just a sign sheet, it's probably 25 pages. It just tells everything that they're gonna be doing to acquire the right of way up there.
okay, so this is a contract between us and who?
Butler,
Butler Fairman?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, for them to proceed with that,
It's the one there on Waterloo.
yeah.
All right, we have a motion by Mark, second by Dale, for us to approve this contract between the county and Butler, Fairman, and Seifert. And is this at $1,930?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
$1,930 and then $790 for a review?
Oh, yeah, review appraisal fee and the bill partial, yeah. Yeah, we got, it's all in the federal money.
Okay.
I mean, it's all part of, we got federal money to pay 80% of it,
Any other questions?
right away and stuff.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane.
And they was gonna let the project in September letting, but Butler asked to move it back to February of next year because we had to do the second archaeological dig and that put behind, and then the right of way may or may not be difficult to acquire, we don't know yet.
Hey, I
So,
got
so that's not gonna hurt anything because they'll still have plenty of time to, whoever gets the contract in the spring, get rid of the bats and everything. But they wanted permission to move it back 4 months.
A second archaeological dig?
Yeah, they had it, they didn't find anything there, and that all just came back clear, and they got approval to move forward just 4 or 5 weeks ago. So now they're moving on with the right of way. Yeah, so it put it back a couple months, 2 or 3 months because of the second dig, because they found a little bit of something on the first one, and then they had to do a second one, so that put it behind a little bit, but it's not gonna affect the project anyway. It's just the contractor will come in February, March, and get rid of the bats before they start demolition of the bridge and start, so, instead of the stall, yeah. So
Okay.
they passed permission, so.
I got a question. These contracts supposed to come back this spring and work on our roads. Are they coming back, or are they back yet, or what?
I haven't heard a word from them.
For the community crossings last year,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
supposed
supposed
to have it done by the end of the month, end of April, or,
May 1st is their
Yeah.
deadline.
Can you check in with them or something?
yeah, I haven't heard anything, but they said, I think they said there's only a couple days worth of work.
Yeah.
Wedge level one,
Down
day,
here,
but there's only a couple miles out there, but otherwise, yeah, every day they get fined or late. So I'm assuming, I haven't heard anything, but I'm assuming
They got
they'll be
good
there,
work.
they don't wanna pay any fines. So.
Well, if they don't, it's gonna be costly for them.
Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna release, that. Dick, have you heard anything about the new community crossings for this year? Or this was released?
word yet.
No, we haven't either, so hoping for our projects, that we applied for, we haven't heard anything yet, so hopefully they release that here shortly.
Are you talking about 400 out there?
No, what they applied for community crossing, through Bentonville, all those miles, and then, a couple miles out east, all 44.
450 east and 550 west
Yeah.
is this year's project, but we
Well,
still
yeah,
don't
I'm
I'll come
have,
finish it up.
we still don't have 400 south done
No, it's
from
still not done.
last year.
Yeah, and that's the 2 miles they've got to finish by the
The company
end of
is,
the month.
that's putting the bridge in down on 121 is the one that was doing it.
Oh, okay, same company's doing it. I hope they'll jump up there, because,
And they're saying 100 days on that project. I hope they got enough people to mess up that through.
So Dave O'Mara is doing the bridge on 121.
That's what one of the guys stopped him, they stopped down there and talked to him this morning
Okay.
on the ground.
All right, well, we'll see how it works out. We'll go back to the mowing contract.
yeah, wait a minute. You need to sign over here.
Did I sign on the wrong place?
Yeah, I can write that out. And I'm just gonna email him back a copy, and then he'll sign it after you sign it. Sorry, it's kind of small printing there. Yeah, it won't matter. He just wanted me to email him back the signed copy. And
Sorry about that.
it's no problem. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go back to the cemetery mowing contract. Amy, have you looked the contract over?
Yes, and I would like to recommend that we accept the bid. The only thing is, there are 18 cemeteries, and on the contract it says 15.
Do you need that change before you sign it?
What's his quote for 18?
Yes.
Well, let's see, they're listed here. Okay, there's 18 on the named list, but it didn't say 18 on the front page.
We just overlooked changing that. Jeff said initially,
Yeah, okay.
because the bid request was for 18.
Mr. McAtee does understand that there's 18, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good catch.
I'll move to approve.
Okay, we have a motion by Mark, second by Dale, to approve the,
Good luck on this one.
the bid
I have.
from Jay McAtee for the 2021 cemetery mowing bid for $19,000. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, okay? We'll sign this right now.
Okay, and
Amy?
can he start as soon as possible?
Actually, this is supposed to start April 1st.
Right.
This is the 6th, so
He's behind already.
Take a week of vacation first.
If you can have him come in and sign that, and then I need his proof of insurance.
Okay. All right, is that all you need from me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
well, he's going to get a much earlier start this year than he did last year.
Yes,
Now, this got took over last year?
yes. And if, at the end of the season, if everyone is in agreement, we could carry that on to next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal. Sounds good. Is that
Up
all
to
we-
you.
Okay,
Everything good?
everything's good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Under patron concerns, does there anyone have any patron concerns today? I'd like to welcome Shirley Wise. Shirley, it's good to see you again.
Well, I've been out of town for several months, and there's been some communication in the paper. I just thought I'd come and check and see what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I hope you had a wonderful Florida vacation this winter.
It was wonderful.
Well, we missed that part, the weather here. Do you have anything you wanted to talk to us about?
Well, would it be okay for you to share any update or new news? Assuming there might be progress, information, what's the latest on the Dollar General progress? Or I know you've been evaluating recommendations made last year, last fall, but I haven't really seen anything. I've been trying to read the paper about progress, but
Well, okay, I can tell you this much, that the engineering company, DLZ, they're going to be back here on Wednesday, April the 21st, and meet with the sheriff and the community corrections director, and they're going to have a floor plan figured out per their specifications. They've already met with Joey and Michelle, and they've taken all the information they gathered with them pertaining to the needs of both the jail and community corrections, and they have formulated a floor plan specific to their needs, and they're going to present that to them on the 21st. I plan on sitting in on at least part of that session and see how it goes. And once they have that, it will be much more easy to put an actual price tag to the project. So that's something that we haven't had before. So that'll be the next thing to happen on that. Now, there will be no final decision made on the 21st, but that will be their first opportunity to actually present a real floor plan for that particular project.
would that be something that's open to the public, or is it just a specific meeting with
It wasn't planned to be a public thing, but I don't think anyone would object to your being there. They're going to meet at the conference room over at Community Corrections that day. And I know they're supposed to start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know how long it'll take them, how long they'll be there. But I intend to at least stop in and see what they have. But as far as the decision-making progress goes, I know there could be no decision made there, but that'll be the first opportunity for Joey and Michelle to actually review their floor plan and see if there's any further adjustments that need to be made there.
thank you.
So-
Thank you for the update.
That's the only thing going on right now on that.
Well, I will.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Did you have anything else, Shirley? Okay. Is there anything on new business?
Mr. Grover?
Yes, there is. I got so wrapped up in this other stuff. We have an appointment to make to the Everton Regional Sewer District. And they sent us a recommendation, didn't they? Do we have that here?
No, but I've got it. They recommended Greg Roach, replaced Dwayne Brandenburg, has resigned.
That's right.
Who? Matt?
Dwayne Brandenburg has resigned, so the Everton Sewer Board has requested that we approve Greg Roach to
Greg
replace him.
Roach. I'll move to approve Greg Roach to the Everton Regional Sewer District.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to appoint Greg Roach to the Everton Regional Sewer District. Any further question? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Greg Roach appointed to the Everton Regional Sewer District. And Mr. David Caldwell is here representing the Soil and Water Conservation District. Dave, you got anything for us?
Well, I hope so. I'll take this off so you
Yeah.
can hear me, if that's all right. I'm with Dave Caldwell with the Soil and Water Conservation District, which is a department of the county, a small one, but we're part of it. And we've been affected by COVID just like everybody else has. So our activities were changed somewhat, but we still had some activities. We did the river cleanup last year, only at just the board. We didn't have the public involved in it, but we picked up some trash and did some other things. One of them was, at that time, we had a contract employee who worked with the local FSA people to get a grant from Clean Water Indiana of, between us and Union County, of $60,000. And that is for the purpose of promoting cover crops and helping helping eradicate invasive plants. So that was a pretty big deal for us to get that. That grant is good for 3 years, and as I say, it's between us and Union County. Half of it is to be for cover crops and half for invasive plants. So we're tickled to get to do that. And the first part of that is we're putting on an invasive plant clinic on April 17th, a week from Saturday, at John Connor Park. That's not in the county, that's a city park, but the county people go to it too. And we'll assemble at 9 o'clock in the morning and have an expert on invasive plants there to talk to about how to identify them and how to eradicate them effectively. And then we'll have a little practice session where we actually do it, which is all we're going to do. We don't want people handling insecticides and heavy equipment, so all we're going to do is pull garlic mustard. If you've been to John Connor Park, or if you don't know what John Connor Park is, it's Smalley's Lake down here south of town, and it's overrun with a number of invasive plants. And so what we want to do is pick a portion of that park and really get into it. And then the city has said that we can put up permanent signage saying the invasives have been removed from this portion of the park, and this is how it looks. And that'll stay there permanently. We'll have signs up saying that so people can go in there and see it. Unless we have an army, we won't be able to do the whole park. So we're going to settle for doing enough of it that people can see what effect it has. So that's what we'll be doing Saturday. Here, legally, I'm sure it's not good for invasives to be here. You ought to be interested in that. And this is the flyer about it.
Wants to hang one up on the board out here.
Yeah, there's that. But anybody's invited to come, and the Boy Scouts can't make it, they're camping, and FFA can't make it because they've got a soil judging thing going on, so we need some more buddies, and it won't be hard, and we'll be careful about social distancing and all that stuff. So hope you can make it, but I think we're able to get back in gear and actually start doing something now that COVID's relaxing. Okay?
Dave, do
Yes, sir.
do you guys have any plans this year for river cleanup?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did it, of course, with COVID, we didn't do it publicly last year. That last year was July was our 11th annual, and we'll certainly do it this year. I think we picked July 17th this year. We'll get propaganda out about that too. But yeah, we're going to do that every year. And then this permanent invasive demonstration will be another annual event, because you have to go back and make sure it stays that way. So yeah, we'll be doing it. Come on down, bring a
Okay.
canoe.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
You guys have anything else on new business? How about old business? You have anything on old business? Jane, you got anything on old business? I always forget something. Under old business, I would like to bring up one thing. Jay, since you're here, we met with the representative from Centos, and I got an email from him just recently. He told me that you guys had adjusted.
Yeah,
What
worked through all the clothes and stuff, got everything straightened out. How they got so many clothes, I don't know. It's all back where it should be.
Okay, so you're settled, and as far as what we get off those people, you've got a new schedule figured out?
Yeah, and he's supposed to call back, send a copy down to me, and I'll, compare it to the one we had when we made the office,
Okay,
and I'll let him know.
all right. I think, if I remember right, you correct me if I'm wrong, Dale, didn't he say June, isn't it June when our
Yeah.
agreement expires?
Yep.
So, the price that he offered us when we first met with him, I hope that doesn't change, or if it does, I hope it goes down.
It should go down, because we took a lot of clothes off there, they didn't, because some of the guys had two sets of, like 22 pairs of pants.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah.
It didn't make no sense.
Okay,
Yeah, we got it all lined out. He said he would, when we got ready to go to the different shirts, the gray with the illuminated stripes on them, that he would come in and they'd check all the guys, give them some to try on and all that stuff before they bring them in. That way nobody's got any complaints.
okay. Let us know when he sends you
Yeah.
the new revised contract with price on it. And as far as you're concerned, you're still willing, you still don't mind doing business with them?
No, I don't, and some of the guys, most of the guys down there, they don't have a problem with it. They just need to do the uniforms when they're supposed to do it, when they have to repair it. Why, a lot of guys won't bring them in, because they said they never fix anything. And
Okay,
he said they would change that.
all right. Well, I wanted to catch up on that because he sent me some email recently about it, and I hadn't had a chance to talk to you about it, so I know where we stand now. Okay. Anyone have anything else?
I'll move to approve the claims and payroll.
We have a motion by Mark, second by Dale to approve claims and payroll. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. We'll start these old minutes.
That's everything.
That's it.
I'll move to adjourn.
Motion by Mark, second by Dale to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes. Thank you all very much.